I mean, it's fully immersed with AI at every level. I am planning right now, even in the next probably 3 years, for a 20 to 25% reduction in headcount from the top tier agent that is answering those frontline calls based on the technology that's coming out. I mean, it is what it is. I think that there is a different place, as we kind of talked about, for some of these agents, but worldwide, I think you are going to see headcount drop pretty significantly in the 20 to 25% range. But I think when I'm not going to talk about chatbots and generative stuff, like that's boring, and I think we've kind of beat that thing to death. Not we, but industry wise, we beat it to death. But again, I mean, talking about the things that I talked about, like the difference that you're going to see in QA, the massive improvements that quality, that analytics is going to bring to everybody. To get that away from an analyst, to get that away from somebody who's higher up, to get it to the floor where everybody's utilizing it in real time, having it tell you things that are happening in real time from a supervisor standpoint, to what is happening with hey, we just had 32 customers call us about a FedEx issue, right? Instead of us looking now and maybe waiting for 2 hours for transcriptions and things to come in, to have real time, hey, red flag, you could have some logistical issues right now, go talk to the warehouse. I think that stuff is coming into play, relatively quickly, for sure. In the next 5 years, we're seeing that. I think WFM totally changes, and WFM merges with I call it WFI, workforce intelligence, right? So, right, not only is it looking at forecasting, not only looking at your staffing and your adherence, but it's looking at real-time data that's coming in. And we do this to a certain point now, but to get better at the prediction based on not only the forecast, but what is happening in the IVR, what is happening with handle times of agents, who do I need to move in and out of skills, who needs preferences higher or lower, to make sure that I hit this service level over here, I have a little bit of tolerance over here, like things that we can't, there's just too much going on for a human being, unless you're really great at this thing, right? To be able to really change and to see. So it's like, that's where I think AI is awesome, right? Where it's just thinking through so many different scenarios at once to give you the best outcomes. I see that really, kind of having a huge thing. Agent assist is going to just be amazing, right? The amount of information that, we'll be able to give an agent, we're going to have to really think how that works, because we're going to be able to give the agent everything, from even how calls are getting to you, right? From a routing standpoint, right? To look at not just, CRM data, not just looking at the next available agent, but looking at sentiment, looking at the type of customer trends and buys that this customer has. What is the personality? Because the last time they called in, they spoke extremely quickly. They want to get way up the phone. So I got to match the personality with them, with a customer, with an agent that can match that as well. Or I have, maybe somebody who's a little bit older that wants to talk more. I don't want to give them to Jim. I want to give them to Susie because she's just more empathetic and nicer. Developing those type of very difficult ways to route that AI can do extremely easily, I think is something that we're going to see. The nice guys, it was pre-COVID, they talked about this kind of personality routing. And while it is still there, it's not a mainstream kind of thing. But I think, really tone, right, instead of just word choice, starts to really come in with a lot of these different AI companies. So, that rolls into, looking at voice authentication, looking at security and how good that is. I mean, there's a company out there. I just they asked me to do a demo yesterday. They can tell you your age, your height, your race, a ton of different demographic data that they found based on your voice. So, even looking past now, if we have AI that can fake voices, right? They found a way to kind of get through that, but maybe there's questions that banks now need to ask, right? I'm 6'2" because I have that on my driver's license, and I'm 42 years old. In different ways to authenticate now, not just based on kind of what you say in your voice, but looking at the next level down. That's coming very quickly. They're doing it now with a couple test clients. Next 5 years, that thing will be super cool. And then I think, some of the things that you guys have been working on too, from a training aspect, right? To have almost VR, right? Not with goggles, but have a virtual customer being able to talk, being able to have have plug and play 150 different scenarios in voice and chat and email and digital and Twitter and Facebook and Discord and all of these different channels of how things can happen. And then, be able to test, be able to score those calls, and be able to get very, very comfortable before they get on. And then again, bring some of that training aspect of, hey, listen to this call because I think you're struggling a little bit here. So yeah, I think if you want to be cool, and being cool meaning, be have a huge impact on your customer experience, the way the companies are going to have so much opportunity to differentiate, where right now it is, everybody's just looking at this one front end, first time, first touch, and self-service kind of thing. But the companies that say, hey, listen, we want to do a real digital transformation. We've talked about this digital transformation going on for years. And as prices come down and all this stuff, I think the customer experience, maybe for the first time, literally in our lifetime, may go back up. Like if you look, customer experience, no matter how much technology has come out, every single year it goes down. And again, the last thing I want to say on this too is I had a huge thing too. I think it's going to drop even further in the next year, because everybody's going to do this whole AI thing that they're not prepared for, that they don't really know enough about. They're not going to be able to integrate it with all their stuff. It's not going to do everything that they think it's going to do. They're going to get rid of agents when they should have kept their agents. It's going to be a disaster. But then once we see that, I think there's going to be a little bit of a transformation. Some of these companies come together. People are starting to think, all right, I'm going to just worry about the QA process. I'm going to worry about the self-service process. I'm doing the workforce management process, and develop those kind of tools that I think really could have an impact on CX in the positive, while still utilizing that front end as an option for a lot of customers.